From the very first moment that morning, fate seemed determined to break Anna Turner a little more. The rain had soaked through her thin coat, the bus had arrived late, and when she finally stumbled into the supermarket, 5 minutes past her shift, her supervisor had already given her that cold, warning glare. But Anna didn't have the luxury of breaking down. She had a 7-year-old son waiting at home, a stack of bills rising on her kitchen counter, and a heart that refused to stop believing that kindness still mattered, even in a world that often ignored it. She tightened her apron, breathed deeply, and pushed forward, unaware that the next few hours would shatter everything she knew, only to rebuild it in a way she could never imagine. If you believe kindness and second chances can change a life, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Everyday Heroes. Your support helps us bring more stories that inspire hope. Anna moved through the aisles with a soft smile, helping customers as she always did. Her co-workers often wondered how she managed to stay so gentle despite her life constantly pushing her down. But Anna believed in one thing: when the world hits hardest, kindness becomes the most powerful form of strength. Later that afternoon, when the store was unusually quiet, a man walked in, tired, unshaven, and dressed in an old, faded jacket. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. His eyes carried a heaviness that Anna recognized all too well. She had seen that same look once, years ago, when she'd escaped an unstable marriage with nothing but her son and a bag of clothes. Struggle had a face, and she knew it instantly. The man hesitated near the produce section, picking up a small loaf of bread and a carton of milk. Anna noticed how tightly he clutched them, as if afraid she would take them away. As he approached the checkout counter, he reached into his pocket and froze. His expression fell, and Anna could see the embarrassment wash over him. He whispered almost silently that he didn't have enough money. Anna's heart tightened. She glanced around. Nobody was watching, or so she thought. Without hesitation, she reached into her own pocket, pulled out the few bills she had planned to use for her son's dinner, and placed them gently on the counter. She told him softly that it was okay, that everyone needs help sometimes, and that he didn't owe her anything. The man looked at her with shock, then with something deeper, something grateful, something emotional. He took the groceries with trembling hands and gave a small, broken nod before leaving the store. But someone had been watching. At the end of the aisle, a woman in a sharp navy blue suit stood with her arms crossed, ice cold as ice. She was the temporary district manager, known for running stores with strict discipline and zero tolerance for unauthorized acts. As soon as the men left, the manager approached Anna with clipped steps. She didn't raise her voice, she didn't accuse loudly, but her words cut sharper than a knife. She told Anna that she had violated company policy, that giving away free items counted as theft, that her emotional sympathy was not an excuse. And before Anna could explain, before she could even breathe, the manager told her she was fired. Effective immediately. Anna felt the world collapse beneath her feet. Fired, for helping someone. Fired, for choosing kindness. She stood frozen as her apron was taken from her hands. Her shift was over. Her job was gone. Her last bit of stability, gone in seconds. She walked home with trembling steps, her eyes burning but refusing to let the tears fall. Her son greeted her at the door with excitement, showing her the drawing he'd made for her at school. She forced a smile. She didn't have the heart to tell him the truth, that their already fragile life had just cracked even further. That she didn't know how she would pay the rent. Or even buy dinner tomorrow. She stayed awake long into the night, staring at the ceiling, replaying the moment over and over. She didn't regret helping the stranger. She only regretted losing the job she so desperately needed. The next morning, as she was preparing to leave and search for any work she could find, there was a knock at her door. When she opened it, she froze. It was the same man she helped at the store, except he didn't look the same anymore. He was clean-shaven, standing tall, dressed in a tailored coat that radiated quiet wealth. Behind him was a black car parked neatly by the curb. Anna blinked in confusion as he spoke. He explained that he was not a homeless man, he was Elias Carter, the reclusive billionaire owner of the entire supermarket chain. He'd been visiting stores in disguise for months, trying to understand how customers and staff were truly treated. And while many ignored him, she had been the first employee to treat him with pure, unconditional kindness. He told her that her supervisor's treatment was unacceptable, and that he had already taken action. The district manager was suspended. Policies were being reevaluated. Anne, he looked at her with a soft sincerity. He wanted her to return, not as a cashier, but as a community outreach manager, a new role he created just for her, because people like her deserve the chance to change lives on a larger scale. Anna felt her knees weaken. She had lost everything only to be handed something far greater than a job, a purpose. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Everyday Heroes. Your support helps us keep telling stories that inspire hope and compassion. Before we end, tell us in the comments, what is the kindest thing a stranger ever did for you? And remember, sometimes losing everything is the first step toward gaining what you truly deserve.